And Ernesto, we have another guest, our first guest, because Ed is not really like a guest, right? He's like
That's true, yeah.
he a family. He is here.
Family.
Yeah, cousin.
Yeah, cousin.
Yeah. So, but we have a guest, Moses Sulph. Good morning. I guess you're wearing a different hat today.
Yes, sir.
He is wearing a different hat.
Not an activist hat today.
No, he is wearing a different
I'm
hat.
really got Belize hat for real.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you, and thank you for having me.
I see you have shoes, sneakers. It's a business venture for you?
No, this one is not a business venture. I do have a business venture, but not this one. What happened is about 2008 I started a charity called Hands of Mercy Charity Foundation.
Okay.
Hands of Mercy?
Yes, sir. Hands of Mercy Charity Foundation. At that time, the charity was mainly dealing with school bags. I was doing it from about 2006, but I never registered until later down.
Okay.
There was a huge need for school bags at the time and school books because there wasn't a lot of people doing it.
Right.
So there was a lot of kids who were always in need of school bags. And how I go about identifying these kids many times is I prefer to do it on the ground. So I would stand by the school, you know, I would see them on the street, and then I would speak to them and get their parents'
Visually
contact.
see that
Yes.
they have a need.
Yes, sir. And then I would go in the community based on certain house, do a little interview of who is making certain wage and that sort of things. And that is how we compile.
Which area of the city you think you would see the more impoverished families or children?
Call it Lake High, Port, anywhere in the south side.
South side?
Yes,
basically.
sir, you would see.
Yeah.
And even in some of the villages as well. So I would identify these kids, then I would get their info from their parents and the school, and then, you know, we would have a, where I go out and try to get the necessary school bags. Now, I've noticed that since that there's a lot of people doing school bags, and what is happening is that there's a duplication of efforts. One person might get 5 school bags, while you have some people don't get because...
That is absolutely
Yes,
true.
because there is not a system in place whereby they're really going out and identifying who haven't gotten yet, and then you put them in a program. So I stepped away from the school bag. I still do it, but not as much. It is not my main focus now, because I saw a new need, which was shoes.
Yeah.
I started selling shoes after I got fired in 2011. I decided to venture into shoes, and I realized I'm seeing a lot of kids without proper shoes, going to school without proper shoes. And it seems like anytime I meet somebody, the first thing we look at their foot for some reason, because I'm into shoes, right?
Yeah.
So I realized the significant amount of kids that are going to school without proper shoes or staying home for a week or two because no shoes. And it is astonishing because you wouldn't, it's not something normal you would think of that happening.
Maybe shoes that it's burst or
yes, sir.
not in good condition.
That's why I said not proper shoes. Now, because what I get to understand is because I like to interview people also to get a drift of what's going on. Now, I interview a couple of them, I'm like, why would you send your kids to shoes like that? Well, to school like that, to the shoes like that. When Mr. Sulph, you know, I get paid Friday. The shoes bust Tuesday.
Yeah.
I won't get paid again until Friday, and the pay that I'm getting is already scheduled for something, so the kids is at home for a week until, you know, they make
shoes
up.
Is not the priority.
Yeah, I wish it was, but it just can't be based on the fact. Now, there's a folder I have called why I started the program 2008. I would love if the gentleman could pull it up, just so you can see some of the shoes that kids are wearing.
Okay.
These were the shoes who actually got me to start the shoes program. So go ahead, please.
Yeah, just go ahead and show them. Well,
so those are the shoes that you found along on your research?
Yes, sir. The initial shoes that ignite that something needs to be done.
Yeah.
You know, and then I continue talking, and these are people going to school and work. So you're certain you're certain that they are in need, because it is not that, because everybody wants, you know, if you're giving away something, everybody wants, even somebody who have 3 pair home. So I don't do it like that. I don't want to hear who want. I go out and I identify, because I'm working with who need, and I always say that some people say, Mr. Sulph, you can't give me a next one. I'm like, no, somebody else need one first.
Yeah.
And if I have extra, I come around back to you after all is done. that lady, look at that young man.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that's a student.
Yes, that's a student. It's a reality. And so one of the biggest shoes issue we did was 2017 when I was because I posted online. I never used to post it online, but I realized by myself I can only help with about 3 shoes or 2 or 1 sometimes. So I started posting. It was against my my belief to post, really, in a way, because I was.
But the purpose of posting is to get assistance
yes,
from
so that was the
right?
purpose, because you would always have people who say, "Oh, you're posing because you want to be recognized." No, that was never the intention, and they would quote Bible verses, and I would say, go further in the Bible and see that it's if you're doing it for a certain reason. Everything is about reason.
Yeah.
And when I start posting, I realize I start getting a little bit of inbox. Mr. Sulph, I have 2 shoes. Mr. Sulph, I have 3 shoes. A guy from the U.S., never been to Belize before, he messaged me, and a pastor, his name is Juan Labrador. He said, Mr. Sulph, I see what you're doing. I don't know you, but I'd like to take a trip down there and bring some shoes.
Okay.
He said, but the only problem is we would ask, as we do for other countries, that if you can try and get the exemption from the shoes. So I said, yes, sir, but I would need to get the exact amount of shoes. He said, well, 2,000 shoes. I said, wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Because, so we went, I got the exemption, thank God, from the financial secretary, I believe, and it was very quick, thank God, and that was exempted, and they came in about 2 months later with the shoes. We gave out 900 in Lake High, we gave out 300 in Cayo, I mean in Bemopan, the school behind Salvapan area, then they took another 4.
Are these some of the shoes that came in from the 2000?
No, sir, that was in 2017. That is all done. So over the years, thank God, we have been able to give away about $500,000 worth of shoes if I was supposed to sell those shoes.
Really?
Yes, because some of the shoes I get are Jordans, new Jordans.
Brand
those are brand new. If I would sell those on the market, I would get 250, 300. So if you times the amount of shoes we have gotten over the years, thank God, over about 8,000, it would come up to over $500,000. So there, I'm so happy that it's a few for every 100 person that promise. About 5 out of those.
The gentleman did came?
Yes, sir, he came, and we did the giving out, and I was very I'm so enlightened. I was so enlightened about it, and it keep me going, you know. And I keep posting, and other people, I know he won't be able to do it every year because they do other countries as well, right? So I was grateful for that. That was the hugest amount to ever get in one lick.
So now you're having another fundraiser for shoes?
Yes, sir.
Asking if anybody would have...
It's a continued effort.
We're talking quality shoes, not something that you don't want.
No. If you have some people who something you don't want that is good.
Good,
because you may have 4 or 5 pair of shoes in your closet that you're not
you might
using.
Use it one time.
Yes. So those kind I love and I appreciate. But if the shoes are fall apart, don't give me. I'm not going to pay $15 to fix it, right? Because I don't have much money as well. But I'm
defeating the purpose as well.
I'm very satisfied with the Belizean American, though. They're the ones who have mostly come through with shoes and the issuing of shoes. Now I'm very happy with them. They send very good used shoes now.
Moses, I think you'll find here that a lot of the shoes we buy in this country are poor quality.
Very poor
so
quality.
Even if you buy them, you can't really give them away afterwards because they fall apart on you.
Quick.
3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Especially shoes for
that's what part of the problem we have.
Female shoes. Of the quality of those female shoes, man.
I did, sir, because I like to do research, right? So what I did was I bought the shoes. I bought the shoes myself. I never buy shoes in Belize almost.
Yeah.
I don't buy them. I have family in the U.S. and they would send, and people would send a 1 and 2 for me as well. I bought the shoes because I want to prove it myself. I am being honest. After the first week, the skin of the shoe start falling off. The skin, the outside skin.
Shoes for yourself?
Yes, sir. Because I wanted to show people that different. In about 3 weeks, the whole bottom, the bottom was bursting in here. Yeah. The cracked up. And then it falls off in about 2.5 weeks.
How much you pay
and
for
I
that
paid $75 for that shoes.
No, man.
Now imagine you pay, because it was one of those high shoes. I love shoes, not really tennis much. And so you pay $75 for your shoes and they last 2 weeks. Yeah. That's a shame, man. I mean, you work so hard for that money.
You'd be surprised to know that folks take their hard-working money to buy shoes for their daughters to go to school, and after a week, it starts to lift.
I am telling you, sir. The good thing now, the shoes that I get from the U.S., even used shoes and no brand shoes, they last up to 6 months or more.
Yeah.
A couple of people had messaged me with the shoes that the gentleman had burned. It lasts them a year. It lasts them an entire school year.
Yeah.
You understand? And those shoes, he probably pay about 15 US for one 30 Belize, but it's a higher quality shoe.
Yeah.
So even though the ones that are used, it will outlast any shoes that is bought in Belize almost at the local area for a long period of
Because
time.
you could get some good shoes in Belize, but it costs a lot of money.
Yes. And as a gentleman, if you could kindly go to the folder of 2018, please.
2018 ones.
2018. Yeah, the folder there.
And then
2018. What will we be seeing in those?
you will be
folders?
seeing shoes that we have given out, like
Okay.
we try to show what the child have on
Before.
and what we give them,
Yeah.
what we replaced it with. And I must say that we've been to Pomona Valley, we've been to Stan Creek, down more, we've
You
been
go
to
Punta Gorda?
not yet.
Yeah.
I'm now gearing up to try and go to Hala.
So these are some of
Machakala,
the shoes now.
Yeah.
that-
Yes, sir. So that young man was actually at school in a slippers.
slippers.
Yes, because the teacher said
That's a popular footwear because that's all you can afford.
Yes,
Same
look at the
sandals.
slippers though.
Not so much in the urban areas, but in the rural.
Look at the slippers.
Yeah.
The slippers is falling apart as well. Go ahead, sir, please. And so you would just see a different what kids were going,
Yeah,
what they had
yeah,
on,
yeah.
and what we replaced it with
Yeah.
over that period. Now we also have a closed program that we
Clothing?
Yes, sir. That's the same kids who fall in the same shoes bracket are the same set of kids who are also in need of
Yeah, they
clothes.
need a bulk.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. And
Yeah.
it's unfortunate because most of the people I identify are people who are working.
Yeah.
My last option is people who don't want to work. I will still help them if I can, but my first option are people who are
That's a
trying.
good philosophy.
They're trying, so I mean, people who I see are selling their balcon, who are pushing cart, people who are work at city council, people who are chop yard, you know, man
Yeah.
come chop me yard, I would give him shirts and do, because I know and ask him to bring his kids, because I know the money he's making is not, you know, but he's trying.
The clothing are from the U.S. as well.
From the U.S. as well. And there are a few from Belize, thank goodness, a few good ones.
Yeah.
Most time I get from Belize, I have to throw it away because, honestly, I'm not going to give anybody something that tear up or sew up or them kind of thing there, right? So there are a few good ones from Belize and there are extremely good ones from the U.S. I got new ones from the U.S., very good, high quality stuff that, you know, we give away. Those are church dresses and stuff. So that's one of the good thing about LinkedIn and Facebook. I always
Is
say
it the
that
Facebook name? Is it the charities?
I mostly use my name
Your personal-
because I also use the charity name, but what happened is like it doesn't grab as much people
Attention.
first because people are not looking for a charity. They look for Moses Sulph. So then I would direct them and ask them to join it so they can see and post what we're doing on it as well.
Yeah.
It's called Hands of Mercy Charity Foundation. So
Because you want them to see that what they send is actually being given to
yes,
the people that is
yes,
in need.
sir.
So you post up.
I post back and I even send back to them. If you notice, one of the things I have also tried to pioneer is I don't want the child face. It's only in
Right.
very dire circumstances that the child faces there with maybe a mistake or something.
Yeah.
Because I don't think a child who is in need now, that should be used as something to hold them to feel obligated to
Right.
you or anything.
Right.
Kids would pass me on the street, Mr. Sulph, hello, I don't remember.
Yeah.
You understand? I don't want to remember.
Yeah.
You understand? So you don't do it because I think it's kind of it make other kids feel ashamed too sometimes. You know, you
Put them
know.
in some uncomfortable
Yeah, you have to give me
position.
shoes. Some not care, you know.
Especially at school.
Yes, some not care,
Extra
but you know,
self-esteem.
so I would only take the picture with their hands. Then you have all sorts of things. People say, oh, I know that I know you're a kid, you don't stick their hand. I don't have time for that. You're a waste of
course
time.
you'll get
If you're not
those-
contributing to the program, then I not have any.
Leave it alone.
I'm not accountable to you
them, yeah.
at all. Now you have some parents also where it was surprising. You learn a lot. My daughter look pretty, and my son handsome. Why you know why face?
Yeah.
Why you know why? I'm like miss. You know, I'm
Yeah.
trying to set a trend here whereby we don't have the kids
Right.
growing up and feel
Right,
like,
right,
you know, they had to give me something or something.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
wrong with it, but, you know, I try. We also have a grocery program.
Okay.
Yes, the gentleman could go to that, and it's all because of meeting people along the way that I start these programs.
Yeah, realize the need.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. You know, somebody would meet me and they would, Mr. Sulph, usually $3. I'm like, for what?
Yeah.
I want to buy one bread and one thing. I'm like, really? You know, I mean, you know, I'm sometimes you don't realize that a person wake up without $1 in their pocket, you know, and then I would, if the gentleman could go to the grocery program, please.
Grocery pick, William.
One of the gentlemen, we had helped a gentleman, and thank God again, this gentleman, those are some of the stuff we gave away Christmas.
This really Christmas season?
Ham and stuff, yes. People would send the money,
Yeah.
and I would purchase it, send them back the receipt so they can see, and also a picture with the stuff that
The
I buy and
items,
with
yeah.
the person who get it sometime. I'm thankful to Mr. This gentleman here, he was in a wheelchair and he don't have a salary. He was only getting, I think, $60-something or $70-something from Social Security. So I reached out on Facebook, I posted his picture, asked him if it's okay. He said yes, and I asked for somebody to let's adopt this man.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that one person adopted him,
Is that the-
Mr. Lindo.
okay.
He is now deceased, his soul rest in peace. For 2 years, Mr. Lindo contributed $200 every month.
Yeah.
Every month, so I could buy groceries and give him $100 towards his other little bills, right? So it's sad that he passed away this year. I mean, I think it's last month, but I kind of grew friendship with him as well, so, you know, I did felt about it. And other people, you know, would send me $100. I would buy groceries, and people who come to my house,
Yeah.
I would, you know, and I know some of
There's
these
the
people
corned
because
beef
they're
and
indeed
that
in
stuff.
need. You understand? And many of them, as I said before, are working. My first priority are the working poor. I will help people who don't have a job because some of them are looking for a job and can't get a job.
Moses, is this charity you alone, or you have other folks working with you?
Hi. Let me be honest, and this
Yeah.
is not to be negative on anybody. When I first started, I realized, my brother, that people don't have your passion for things. No matter what, you have to sleep with your own eyes, number one. And there is too much hustlers. And I've always believed in my name.
Yeah.
I don't worry what you say about me, no. I worry about what I do. You could say me as a thief, it doesn't matter. If I never thief in myself and I know I never thief, it doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
So yes, I started out with some, but people want for too much hustling.
Yeah.
You know, you have 100 dozen exercise book. Their kids already they want to put up a 5 for next week or next school year.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
You understand? So I decided that, listen, and I have to give accountable back to these people who give to
support
me.
you.
And then I don't want these people to distrust. And if it wasn't for the charity, as I had tried to explain to people, if it wasn't for the charity, I wouldn't get these things to give away.
Yeah.
So it is not mine. You understand? And I cannot do what you want to do. Well, give me a little tree, no, give me a, no, I can't deal with that.
Yeah.
So that was why I decided now to just go on my own. And then sometimes it comes about so sudden, and
Yeah.
people are doing their own thing, and you have to wait and all sorts. That was the 2,000 shoes. If you see all the bags
okay,
there,
okay.
they're full of shoes. That was the team there that came in. Oh, there were doctors as well, and they did a lot of checkup, and they brought, you know, basic over-the-counter medicine and
Yeah.
those sort of things, and they gave it away. Now, these are the people who donated to the cause. His name is Mr. Stain, Miss Sean. Right now, he's coming in this Sunday
Okay.
at the airport, and he said that I should come for about 50 pairs of shoes that he's
Okay.
bringing for me. It's his second time in Belize. He's going to Placencia, but, you know, that's Miss Marion Jones as well. They are people who consistently
Support you.
support. Miss Sally Jones, she sent about 100 shoes up to now over the last 3 years that I know her. And it's shoes. This is Miss Audrey Wonick, I believe. She again sent about 75 shoes.
Okay.
At one point, these are people who send shoes at a high level.
Yeah.
That's the pastor that came and we had the whole thing to the team there, and we did the
Are these people, any of them Belizeans, Americans?
Most of them are Belizean American.
Awesome.
Most.
Awesome.
I'm happy, and many of them say we wanted to do something like this myself, but long time, and we do it, but we don't see our stuff really go where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
You know, people is about what I think is that even if I have a family, and I get these stuff to give away, I always believe that if one person in my house get, I must give one person in somebody else's house first before I give to my 5. I cannot give my whole 5 and then somebody else with 5 kids and I get none. No.
Yeah.
You give around everything one if you're in need already.
So you right now you're asking for mainly what, shoes?
Shoes. I'm asking for
it's
use or new shoes.
Use or new shoes.
I want.
And how can they call you or go on the
Before this year
Facebook?
done, I would love to get 10,000 shoes.
10,000 shoes.
That's my aim.
Yeah.
Yes, because they're the need. My next trip is to Machakale in PG. What's the name? Man, it's
Machaka?
Machaka or something.
Yeah.
It's. Would you want to?
That was I was just going to tell you.
I want to
PG,
do. I'm trying to
PG
get some boots. I'm trying to
need.
get some boots for that school.
Yeah.
Rubber boots because of the road condition.
Yeah.
One thing I ask people to do: put yourself, your kids, in the person's shoe.
Yeah.
Would you want your kids to go to school like that? That's the answer right there. If you don't want your kids to go to school like that, then this person is trying. It's not like they're lazy or anything. They're working. Many of them are working, but the money make it hard for them. So these are the kind of shoes I would get. Some of the shoes that I would get. As you can see, these are good shoes.
Excellent tennis shoes.
Good
And
shoes.
these
and
look
comfortable.
like
Very comfortable.
like
I have this for like a
last.
month now because of the size. It's a female size, 10 and
Big
a
one,
half.
size 10.
10 and a half white, so if there's
Someone.
anyone in need, and I will do my research on you,
Yeah.
so it's not to, to party or anything.
Yeah.
It's a good shoes. It's going to last your daughter for about a year.
That's a big
so
shoe,
it's
man.
a 10 and a half
10
white.
and
So
a
if you have a
half
daughter who's
female.
10 and a half female, you can send me a message
They're
on
good
Facebook.
high school shoes too.
It's Moses Sulph on Facebook or Hands of Mercy Charity Foundation. These are I'm just showing some kind.
Yeah.
As you can see, this is a Timberland. It's used, but it's
Very good.
in good condition. This is a Oshkosh brand.
Excellent
Very
brand again.
good condition. This is a
Nike.
very good condition as well. And this is a Reebok.
Man.
Very good condition.
Yeah.
We get Jordans. We get all sorts of shoes, and we give them away. Now, I also have a little business that I sell shoes, but what I do with that now is 30% of what I sell from my own personal, 30% goes to charity as well.
Yeah.
So, I started that as a business, and I see a lot of people who can't afford shoes. The lady, I asked her how much she paid for her shoes to her son. He goes to Nazarene at the time. She said, well, Mr. Sulph, I pay $90. I said, how long the shoes last, miss? She said, about 1 month,
Yeah.
So I said, okay, you pay $90 1 month. 2 months is $180.
Yeah.
4 months is about $400 almost. I sell your shoes of this quality for $175. It costs it's going to last. I give you 6 months warranty because I'm all my shoes I sell.
Yeah.
I give 6 months warranty because I'm so confident in it, and you cannot get that anywhere else. So it's always for me in whatever you do. If
And
you have
your
a dollar,
the shoes you sell is on your Facebook as well?
yes, sir. That's on my business page, Original Glamour, or Billy's Best Buy, Billy's Best Choice. Sorry, but the idea is that, listen, never wait until the perfect time. Because some people say, Mr. Sulph, I wait till I get my talks. I'm like, okay, I understand that, but if you have a dollar now, share 10 cents or share 20 cents. It will come back to you. So I'm asking people to please.
Yeah.
My number is 667-4151.
667-4151?
Yes, sir. My Facebook is Moses Sulph. The charity page is Hand of Mercy Charity Foundation. And I'm asking you to kindly donate shoes or good used shoes or new shoes, clothes. If you'd like to sponsor a child in school fees, if you'd like to sponsor one child for shoes through the year and school supplies, you can do that. I have a last thing that I want to show. Young man, please show it. The last project, which is we're doing a bathroom for an old lady on Farber's Road.
Okay.
The last project, the file is called the latest project.
The latest project.
Yes, I'm asking for some help for that as well, because I took some groceries for her on Christmas. I never met her before, but I was passing through Farber's Road, and you know, and I learned that she didn't have a bathroom. She's 72 years old. The folder, the latest
Probably looking for
latest project. So what happened is she have no bathroom, and the names she called that come and promise her a bathroom in the last year, a year later, I won't say those names now, but but man.
Was this where you find the worst situations?
How I find it?
Where that with your going around and your experience? Where do you find
Belize
people
City.
in Belize City?
In Belize City.
I think
There
Any
are
specific, like Lake Eye?
the specific areas are Collet, Lake Eye, Port, in Belize City itself. Those are where the most recurrent.
And it will be shocking to know that in 2020 there's some families that still don't have a bathroom in their house.
Yes, sir. Okay, so we started there. That was a foundation, a
Yeah.
floating foundation. Because remember, I do these things by donation. And as I said to people, if you don't trust, don't give me any money if you don't want. I'm not asking for money. I'm asking for material. If you want to give the money, it's okay. I'll send you back your receipt that I've always done. All we need is material. Now we're up to here where we need, I just got $300 2 days ago to buy the steel for that, and I mean $200 last Saturday, sorry. Bought the steel, bought the plastic, because what we're going to do now, to eliminate making a bigger septic, we're going to just make that the septic there and put the toilet on top. Cast it the flooring, and then from there, that's the receipt. People could see the receipt that they get back. So what we need right now is some steel.
Okay.
We need our next 2 steel. We need
you still need the fixtures.
yes,
You
no.
need the you have the fixture?
Thank God I've gotten promise of donation. It's just to pick them up. I don't have a vehicle, I have a bicycle, so you know, it's hard for me sometimes. Mr. Terry Gordon from here, or used to be here, he donated a face basin. I have a promise of a tub. I have a promise of 2 windows. I need zinc. I need about 6 sheets of zinc, I believe. I need some 2x4 for the ceiling. We have already gotten about 140 block from the Director of Sports Council. So couple 1-1, but people don't understand that it takes a little. We want to finish it for the lady before she's 72.
We want to thank you for stopping by.
Yes, sir.
Great initiative. Continue doing the work.
Thank you, sir.
We are streaming on Facebook, and the world heard this charity you're doing. I like this part of you. I like the activist part too, but this charity one is excellent. Keep doing a good job. And share the number again.
667-4151.
67. And so thank you.
Yes, sir.
And
where there's a lot of poverty, there's a need for a lot of charity.
That's true.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Thank you for having me.
Going to take a break. We have a time check, and we'll be back. We are talking comedy when we come back.
Yes, sir.
Hope we could laugh.